Buzz Network. This is the Wake and Bake Podcast. I'm your host with the smoke, New Jersey Preem, joined as always by my right hand and co-host, Jay Will. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro, man? Know another day in the neighborhood, man.
Yes,
Just happy to
sir.
be here, getting to what's been going on in the sports world, the hip hop,
Shit,
all of the culture in
everywhere in the
itself,
stratosphere.
all over it,
Yeah,
pretty
facts.
much, man. We got some things to
Facts.
talk about, so
There's been a lot of shit. Yeah, this might be a long one today. There's been a lot of shit that's going on this week for real, bro.
yeah.
One of the main things that I told you I wanted to talk about first off, this shit was the goddamn NBA play-in slash playoffs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I think a lot of those games definitely was some of the best games we saw this season. You definitely saw the intensity of playoff basketball in all those games.
Right.
Even in the blowouts, you know what I'm saying? Like you saw those teams being prepared for the playoffs this year and being ready to work. Two games that happened on Tuesday that I wanted to speak on was, of course, first and foremost, the Miami versus Charlotte's game. And it was relatively close throughout, regardless of what happened in the game, which we're gonna get to for real. But Charlotte
Mm-hmm.
ended up winning that game in a close one.
Yeah.
Lamelo,
127 to 126, I believe, was the
yeah,
score.
Lamelo Ball, I believe, had like 30 or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's somewhere in that game. I want to say like halfway through the second quarter for real. Like Bam Adebayo got a rebound. Lamelo Ball fell on the ground and grabbed his leg after he grabbed the rebound, and Bam Adebayo fell on his tailbone and was out the rest of the game. A lot of people don't understand, especially when you're a big dude, falling on your tailbone will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? It will definitely hinder you from doing any athletic shit for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so, but that happened. And, you know, the refs didn't even catch it, call it a foul. You know what I'm saying? They didn't
Right.
even call a foul on that. That's the crazy thing though. They didn't even call a foul. You know what I'm saying on that play and shit. But social media caught one of the initial video and saw that LaMelo Ball reached his hand back and grabbed Bam's leg, which caused Bam to fall and hurt himself. This
Yeah.
is not LaMelo's first time doing this shit, and particularly against Bam Adebayo. Like he did this shit before against Bam, where he was on the ground and Bam was actually running by him and he grabbed his leg and
Right.
Bam was able to just keep it moving. But that's a dirty play. And I heard someone say, and I can't remember who it was, so my bad if I, you know what I'm saying, can't give him credit. But they said that, oh, it's just playoff basketball. It was in the like, no, that's not playoff basketball. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's dirty.
Right.
That's like, rather if he intentionally or unintentionally tried to hurt that man, that's literally trying to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? The way he what he
Well,
did and shit.
well, let me just stop you here. So this is the thing, right? Um, like you said, it's one thing people say play all basketball, like you just said. Now, whether they do it intentionally or unintentionally, no, actually, it does fucking matter. It matters a lot, actually.
Yeah, it was done like that. I'm saying it does, like rather if he admits to it or not.
Oh, I know.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying in
Yeah,
general. I'm adding on to what you're saying.
yeah,
But I think it absolutely does matter. Like if you unintentionally, obviously, foul somebody, or even if you foul them like knowingly, like certain things are situational.
right,
But when it's stuff like that it was intentional, and it's not even like he's seeing you, like he's literally running, and you're trying to trip him. So not
right,
only that's intentional. I mean, you looked right at the guy when you did it.
right.
You know what I mean? Like we're not going to sit here and act like that wasn't intentional. Now, do I ever think like, okay, I'm trying to put him out for the game or put him out for the season? No, I don't think that's the thing. But I think you tried to slow him up.
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? I don't think you're trying to hurt him for this, but none to get nothing. But none, even if you're trying to slow him up, that's still intentional.
I mean, the fact that you're reaching while you're on the ground, it was intentional. You know what I'm
It,
saying to
yeah, it's
begin
a
with.
difference if I fall down and my hand hits your leg. See, I can run through your hand hitting my leg. Now, if
Or
I'm
if I hit,
super
right, if I hit you trying to brace myself on the ground like that, yeah, that shit
right,
like that, that's
the
different.
problem is when my hand tends to do this
Right.
and it cuffs around your leg.
Yeah, and I'm pulling you
That's
back. Yeah, right.
now that's where the intention is. Like you're intentionally trying to stop me. Like if my hand just happened to sway out, that's one thing. But when you wrap your hand around somebody's ankle just enough to, because
Yeah,
you literally fell, you looked when he kind of
yeah,
grabbed the guy. So it's
right.
all the other stuff he's saying, and the fact that they let these guys get away with stuff like that is crazy.
Yeah, I think that when y'all setting the precedent that this shit is allowed. So when
Right.
people like Draymond and shit do stuff, you can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say I'm talking about out of retaliation, because the first thing that I thought when I saw that was Draymond would have stepped on his ass.
Right.
Draymond would have stepped on his ass trying to do that shit to him for real. So like that's one of the things that when you look at a player like Draymond, you kind of be like, can't get mad at him for reacting. You know what I'm saying? When people do little slide shit, because more often than not, they're going to get away with it. So I can't really get mad at people for doing that. I wish that somebody on Miami would have stood up for Bam.
Yeah.
In that instance, for real, that shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why they lost for real, because they ain't got the heart for that team no more. For real.
I mean, I get it. Like most people are going to walk up and say something. The referees get up, break it up.
Right.
The reality, ain't nobody trying to mess up their bag having a malice.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Even though, unfortunately, I think sometimes that's what you got to do to get your point across.
I think you need players on your team that's willing to do that, though.
Yeah. It gotta be someone. It gotta be somebody with a low salary. So
you know what I'm saying? Don't the game for a minute and a half, real quick.
How much you make $1 million? All right, yo, we can split that $1 million by 8
Fact.
We can split that. Yo, bro made the point. He stole it. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Go shoulder check him. You know what I'm saying? One time. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a little spear or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
a ball go out of bounds, I'm elbowing your pops.
That's straight all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know,
clothesline and Mom Dukes. Like
go find the last man on the bench and tell him to go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sweep the leg type shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sweep the leg and shit. But I thought that that LaMelo's reply or stance on it was corny, especially because he's saying it was unintentional. Like, no, that shit was definitely. That was definitely.
No, in all seriousness, yeah, I think it was intentional. I don't think he said he did it thinking like, yo, I want this guy to get hurt.
That but he did it.
You did it intentionally, though. Right? Yes. Right. That's what I think. Me personally, right. I don't think you gotta be an evil person to say no. Because honestly, if you wanted the person to get hurt, I think you would do a little bit more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, but like Draymond on the other hand, I don't be knowing because Draymond be stepping on people's chest.
Yeah, Draymond I don't know. Trying to take motherfuckers out.
And for people who don't know,
in my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
NBA are some of the biggest and tallest people in the world. How do you miss a 6'10" man on the floor and saying I didn't see him to the point where I stepped over his chest? I couldn't step around him. Right. Couldn't go left, right. I couldn't even jump over him.
But the crazy thing is when you look at the video, you see this nigga look down and lift his leg up like he about to curve stomp him. Shout out to Seth Rollins. Like he about to curve stomp this man.
It was the way he did it. Like he did it all like real like limber. Like he didn't mean to do it, but I'm doing it. He acted like, oh, I didn't see him there. But you actually like, look. And like you stepped on him. Like it was mad crazy.
Looking down like, I don't know where to put my leg at.
Yeah.
We just step on his man's chest. Shit. But
I can't jump off the opposite leg and just jump over him. No, I can't do that.
Right. But that wasn't even the only game that was the Tuesday games of the play-in. That was the first play-in games of this week. And that, like I said, regardless of what happened in that game, maybe Bam probably had a different outcome if he stays healthy because the game was so close. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's that force multiplier from Miami that gets them to win. But it was 120. I'm looking at it now, 126, 127, like you said. Mm-hmm. And shit, and it was overtime. I forgot it was in overtime. You know what I'm saying? The shit ended up going to overtime. So it was really a dope game. That moment kind of fucked it up for a lot of fans just because they felt like we could have even had a better game if Bam was there. You know, everybody had full strength and shit like that.
He's going to drop 83. Let me check. 83.
He's gonna drop 101 this time. And shit, nigga had niggas really mad this time.
83, man.
Drop 101 and have 98 free throws and shit. That's what he
best regular season scores all time, man. Bam out of body. He had 83.
The fact he's still only averaging 20 this year, which is crazy. which is great, which is wild. And I'm a Bam fan. You know what I'm saying?
I like Bam too.
Yeah, I'm a
like
fan
Bam
of Bam
too.
and shit. Like,
but that was not in the cards for 81. Was not in the
hell
cards for this
no,
year.
boy. Ain't
Hell
nobody had that
no.
shit. They bagel cards at all this year.
And we'll see some of the most prolific scorers. And you know what I mean? It's just like none of them had 81 in the clip. I don't care who the opponent is.
God so damn. Another game that happened on Wednesday of this past week for real was the 76ers versus the Orlando Magic at the 76ers. And of course the 76ers was and is without Joel Embiid. They won this game 109-97 behind Tyrese Maxey giving you 31, VJ Edgecombe giving you 19 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Nice little showing for those guys. I think PG had like 16 or some shit like that. So the Sixers played as a unit. Defensively, they played really well together. The center that took Embiid position as of right now, you know, since I come back, I think his name Bono or some shit, or Bano, whatever his last name is, and shit. Bro was balling on the defensive end. Like he was really being the rim protector that they needed because, like, you know, you're not going to get the offensive output out of anybody on your team that Embiid is able to give you and shit. Probably with the exception of like Maxey and shit. But if you can find a defense that he's able to give you, that's just as good. And I think that homeboy held up his end of the bargain at the 5 with Embiid out. He challenged everything at the rim, regardless if he got a block or not. He was just that guy, that presence at the rim. He switching on pick and rolls, just doing exactly as you need to do, you know what I'm saying, as a center in the NBA, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic struggled, bro, this game for real. Like he struggled mightily. You know what I'm saying? Like
7 of 22.
0 of 5 from 3.
Yeah.
18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. His plus minus was minus 17. Like, and that's not when you talk about being a force multiplier, you know what I'm saying? That's the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's the complete opposite of what I'll be talking about. But this game just made me mad with him because it was certain instances. Now, 0 for 5 for 3 will probably make you not want to shoot no more from 3. But if you that guy, you just got to shoot through that shit, in my opinion. When you get these open looks in the NBA, you got to take advantage of open looks in the NBA. If you're gonna if you got a size advantage, you have to take advantage of your size advantage in the NBA, especially because just it's easy buckets. You know, it's like 9 times out of 10, you're a professional, you're gonna hit an open shot. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hit an open shot. Shoot until you miss is what they say. You know what I'm saying?
Now, granted, I know as we sit here, we're talking about Paolo. Yeah. And he's the biggest name, so we have to. He's the star player. He has to bear a lot of that responsibility.
Right.
But let me just say, in meaningful basketball, play-in, playoff type of basketball, you can't. It's hard for an individual person, no matter how good you are, to overcome bad team play. You know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't help when Jalen Suggs is 1 for 9.
Right.
And he ain't knocking that down for 3. It ain't helping that Wendell Carter is 1 for 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're talking about 2 for 16.
But then you got, you know what I'm saying, Bane giving you 34, you know what I'm saying, 10 to 16.
But how many minutes? How many minutes are Suggs and Carter playing?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And I completely agree with you. Because we had talked about what happened yesterday in their playing game and how those guys was able to help out and shit like that. But Pablo, you know what I'm saying, being 7 and 22, you can't go 7 and 22. You know, so you just can't.
Not at all. Not at all. I just wanted to give him a little bit like, yo, that was a team loss, but he can't afford to do that.
And the playoffs in this environment, you need those guys to show up. Like you need, like Shaq would say, you need the others. So you know what I'm saying, to show up in these type of environments and shit like that because it helps the stars out. You know,
but as a star, you are supposed to show. Like if we lose because of that, that's a whole nother conversation. Right. You know, you gotta, you know, instead of being 7 for 22, you know, you gotta have a better day than that for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's all I'm really saying. But it's just the way he looked though. That really had me feeling the way. It's not really how he played, but it's just like he was hesitant. He was like scared. He was second guessing himself a lot in that game. Right. And I feel like he's definitely more. And we had a conversation about Carmelo Anthony the other day, and it made me think about Paolo. And I was like, well, maybe he just has to get it the same way. You know what I'm saying? Start inside out rather than you know what I'm saying, sitting there standing at the 3-point line. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like really get the ball in your hand and get going a little bit before you just spot up and start shooting. And I think that in this past game against the Charlotte Hornets that happened yesterday, what was that game scored? Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. But as you're looking for that, it's just I think some of these guys gotta go back to the fundamental, man. Go back to the basics, bro.
No doubt.
Don't do what you want to do. Do what you got to do. When you get a switch or a matchup, I don't care who the star player is. If
Right.
I don't care if that's Russell Westbrook and his energetic ass. If he's 6'3", I'm 6'10", yeah, you going down. You going into the deep water. You gonna see if you can swim. I got to put it back to the basket, and I gotta, you gotta take advantage.
They played against what's the name? Charlotte last night, bro. First of all, they beat the shit out of Charlotte. they beat the hell out of Charlotte. It was a fucking 40-point game at one point and shit. Like,
yeah.
But the final score ended up being 121-90, and Paolo finished the game with 25. He won 9-17, 2 of 6 from 3. You know what I'm saying? Had better assists this game. Was actually his plus minus was actually plus 17. So complete opposite of what happened last game versus this game and shit. But his others came in to play, came and help him. Franz Wagner had 18. Wendell Carter had 16. Desmond Bain didn't have as big as a game that he had last game. He only had 13. You know what I'm saying? Suggs had 12. You know, so a lot of those guys came through and was able to, you know what I'm saying, fit in the, you know what I'm saying, where they needed to fit in that and
but
shit.
You see how much bigger of a win it was when everybody was able to.
But their defense yesterday was out of this world, boy. It was at one point that Charlotte won 14 straight possessions without getting a bucket, bro. It was crazy, bro.
I think, and that's good for those young guys, man, because you get to understand and go back and look at it like you guys played a complete game. That should be what's the name, Coach Mosley?
Mosley. I think that's his last name.
Yeah. Like that's the standard for the rest until we get kicked out of this. This is the basketball that we have to play. This is winning basketball. Because we can win by these type of deficits if we play like this. This is what's going to keep us in and make us see past the initial rounds, and make these strides. And that's how you grow, man. It's like anything else, man. You got to push yourself to those extreme limits. I mean, because it's easier to live with the results of these things. And that's how I think you grow over the off season. This is how everybody develops. Is you have to, like anything else, you have to push yourself. And the team, I mean, as a whole coach, you have to push yourself to these limits. That's, I feel like, how you guys do it. And I think, like, if Orlando, it just shows you guys have, you can do it. You know what I mean? So you just have to lock it and get it done for sure.
No doubt. And I think that, like, we both believe that if you can play this level of defense, it'll take you places. We watched what happened with that AFC Miami team. You know what I'm saying? That locked in defensively and was able to go all the way to the finals to play against Denver that year and shit. But like, this shit could happen, especially when you got guys on there that can give you big buckets, big points in a given night. Like Desmond Bain can give you 20, 25 points on any given night. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around you 30 and shit when he hot. Pablo is averaging around 22, 23 points for his career and shit. So he gonna give you around that. You know,
he gonna give you 20. He go for about 26, 27.
If he get hot, you know what I'm saying, he give you 30. You know what I'm saying? 30 plus or whatever. So they got guys on their team, but I think that being efficient on offense and just being consistent on defense can take teams a long ass way, boy, for real. And then this is gonna be just certain teams that you just outmatched by talent and you just can't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
At least not right at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
We sat through and watched the Pistons beat the Lakers, okay? Prime Lakers with
Hell yeah.
We watched that growing up. So it's like you never know. Sometimes it's the harder working team. You know what I mean? Because when talent ain't working, that's what they say basically, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So you work hard enough, you'd be surprised.
So we got the rest of the playoffs starting today. You know what I'm saying?
Man, got some big games. Minnesota and Denver, I think they play today.
Play at 3 today and shit. Denver is the 4th seed. Minnesota is the 5th seed.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. So I think this is going to be the best series of the first round. personally. I think these two teams match up really well based off of what they like to do. I think that the way that Joker run things out there in Denver is really conducive to how like Denver, Minnesota plays defense, meaning like Rudy Gobert is not going to be really a big factor out there on the perimeter against Jokic, but you would love to have him in the post. You know what I'm saying? Even I think Jokic is still got the advantage in the post, but you just love to have somebody like Rudy Gobert in that post. You know what I'm saying? When you got a player that's as fearless as getting to the basket as Murray, and then you got the fucking top 5 center of all time, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Some people minds when it comes to Nikolai Jokic and shit, Nikola Jokic, because
he top 5.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just heard a conversation between him and Moses Malone and shit that need to be had and shit. Both got 3 MVPs and all that type shit. But that's neither here nor there. When it comes to Minnesota and Denver, though, I think that Anthony Edwards, this is the series. I think this series in particular is the series that he shows a lot of people that he's not just up and coming. He's one of the ones. He's here. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those faces of the NBA, and you're gonna have to deal with him. You know what I'm saying, for the foreseeable future and shit. Like I think that he gonna show that and shit, because I think that he's gotten a lot better. I think not even because with a lot of these players, bro, they don't necessarily get better on defense. They just actually play defense more intensely. You know what I'm saying? They actually start playing defense. I think a lot of these guys just be bullshitting a lot of times on defense and shit, and then they just lock in when it comes to playoff time. So a lot of these guys really can play defense and shit. They just don't really lock in until come to playoff time and shit like that. But I think he got a lot better this year on defense. Especially on ball defense, because I think a lot of people can play the passing lane if you're good enough. But on ball defense, I think he got a lot better this year, and I think it's going to show in this series of how much of an impact player he really is and shit. Like it's going to really be, in my opinion, Jokic and Ant going back and forth type shit. Like who's going to have a bigger game this game? You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be that type of shit. Because Jokic will have a fucking 30-point triple-double, and you only seen that nigga take 4 shots. I don't understand this nigga do that. How he do that shit? Like,
yeah, I think the league is just coming around to a point. Like, I think they're both going to have really, really good games, game in, game out,
throughout
that whole series.
Yeah, hell
but
yeah.
I don't even think it comes down to them two. Again, very much like we were just saying, in relates to the Orlando Sixers. Or when they played the Charlotte, what is your team look like? Like me personally, the fact that Ant is getting better and better, that's just adds something to him being one of the best players in the league, being the future face of the league.
Oh, that's the 3 and 6 matchup. The 4 and 5 matchup is the Lakers and the Rockets. Okay.
Yeah. So, now granted, I do think Minnesota going home first round. Only because I don't. When you guys traded, I want to say about 2 seasons ago, you guys traded Cat to New York. When you guys did that, to me, that was like you guys were supposed to kind of put that exclamation on building the team around Anthony Edwards. And I don't know if they've really done that.
I have to agree with you.
You know what I mean? I think you got pieces from the trade, but are those guys really what he needs?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
I agree with you.
I like when Orlando made that trade to get Desmond Bane, because that's what somebody who should be going inside to out. They should have that outside threat.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as Anthony Black, after he gets better at those guys, because that's what you need. You need people to fare some of your guards, so it makes it easier for those bigs.
Make a little bit more space down there, or wherever they at. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just wonder. I know they got the one boy Dillingham. He's developing. He's still young, though.
Right.
Point guard, Rob Dillingham.
Yeah.
So I just think Denver's a more experienced team. I felt like Denver's had some, even though they've been a consistent playoff team. I feel like they still had like highs, obviously from the last time they won a championship to even having playoff runs where they weren't that great. They were having like kind of lows. They didn't really. Their team wasn't ready. I think they've kind of jumped back into that space. That's pretty close to the year where they won the championship.
Right.
They're a really good competing team. You know, again, you said they were the number 3 seed, I believe,
Yeah.
or the
Denver,
number
yeah,
6.
number 3.
Yeah, Denver's the number 3 team, so they're in the top
Yeah.
half of the West.
Mhm.
So I think they have a really good team. I like some of the additions they made with guys like Tim Hardaway, bringing him
Yeah, that was a
in,
good
and
addition. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was actually a really good addition. For instance, to bring in. I mean, they got some of the same continuity, even though it's a different coach. Some of the same guys.
Right.
They brought back, Bruce Brown, and again, those guys are just gelling. You know what I mean? You're getting, good team play out of Aaron Gordon when you can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I just think that, as a team, they're just
He
playing
was
really good
snapping earlier in
basketball.
the season, boy.
Yeah, you're just getting
Yeah.
really good team play out of Denver. And I think that's when they're usually at their best because that's
I
how
agree with that.
Nikolai Jokic, kind of how he runs that center point type.
Right, yeah.
It helps when those guys you can get the most out of those guys. So it makes his job so much easier to get that double double, and you can add 10 assists, get that triple double. If those
Nikolai
guys really,
Jokic is the first player in NBA history to lead the league in rebounds and assists in the same season.
mm-hmm.
And I think also being like top 5 in scoring and some shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like just sprinkle that shit in there too. You know what I'm saying? While you at it. But that's crazy to see how dominant he's been as a playmaker.
Right.
And he's so big and slow. It's funny as hell. Like it's just amazingly funny to see him dominate the way he dominate and move in slow motion because he don't move no faster than he has to. You know what I'm saying? He moves just as fast as he needs to do, needs to make the play that he's trying to make and shit. Like I compare him and Luka a lot to each other and shit. Like even Luka as a quote unquote point guard, he's slow as hell. You know what I'm saying? They make you move at their pace rather than, you know what I'm saying, you guys trying to speed them up type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one thing I love about Jokic. Like he always been so confident, dominant. Like once he found his game, like you know what I'm saying, he's been really confident in who he is as a player, and this show. And I think that Denver, as a team, without a doubt, benefits from that. You know what I'm saying? Like him, the best. Denver wins the championship if Jokic average a triple double in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Because that means that everybody's eating and Jokic eat because he's not going to average a Jason Kidd triple double. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to average 15, 11, and 10. This nigga going to average, you know what I'm saying, 34, you know what I'm saying, 10 and 9 or 10 and 10, you know what I'm saying? So I really could see him going on that run, especially if Jamal Murray come to play in the playoffs. That's always been the question that you had, at least when it comes to Jamal Murray. If and when will he show up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so if he does show up, and y'all do have, I love the Tim Hardaway piece that y'all added. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, Bruce Brown is back as that glue piece. So,
Christian Brown, all those guys, man.
Yeah. So,
team.
without a doubt, and the driving force is one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player in the NBA right now and shit. So. Yeah, Denver definitely has a big chance. Without I got Denver in the first round too. I got him in this series also. And shit, you know what I'm saying?
They going
but they definitely got a big chance of going deeper into the playoffs, if not to the finals. If those other guys around Jokic come to play, the 4-5 matchup in the West is the Rockets and Lakers. Lakers being a 4 and the Rockets being a 5. 2 old man Rivers basically going at it for another time in the playoffs and shit. I think this is their 4th or 5th matchup, all in all, between each other, which is Kevin Durant and LeBron James. What they said, the fuckery can't go on much longer. LeBron is only 41. It can't go on much longer since goddamn Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic has been out. LeBron James has been averaging 28, 7 and 9 and shit.
You know them boys going home. You know they going home, bro.
Who, the Lakers?
Hell yeah, they going home, bro.
Well, I can't see no other way of them playing unless one of those two guys come back. You know what I'm saying? And come back impactfully and shit. Because LeBron can't do this shit by himself. Even if he does average what he. You know what I'm saying? I think LeBron can average 35 and he can average triple-double this series, and the shit won't matter. You know what I'm saying?
As much as the people in the league over the years have been critical of LeBron, the fact that he only has 4 rings is the real travesty, right? Because it's not even his fault. I blame a lot of these on front offices and coaches, bro. LeBron, what he puts on the court year in and year out. It's some of the best basketball we've ever seen.
That's a fact.
Period. You know what I mean? Even if you take one of his shortcomings, it's still a high for most. Like he does things, he does everything well.
Right.
And I just think he has a skill set. The guy runs like a gazelle. He can play damn near every position. There's nothing that he doesn't do. It's just you guys can never put a good enough team around.
That's
and that is not even just from a star player perspective. I mean, can you give me guys that stay healthy? Like let's start like guys healthy. Health ain't even right. Like you know what I mean? I just feel like that is so crazy. Because a guy like that, like I said, if you would just put him with Golden State, he might have 8 rings.
Yeah, for real.
Like, you know what I mean? Just something that's that simple. And when I say Golden State, I really only mean Steph Curry. You can keep the rest of the team.
Yeah, a consistent nigga that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just healthy and there. Available.
And I mean, you know what? Keep Steve Kerr too. We don't even need him. Like, just give me stuff. Give me stuff. I'm going to do everything else inside the 3-point line. You just handle on the outside stuff. Because Steph is very rarely going to miss. And LeBron's going to make every good basketball play, including passing it to him. Okay, he can do what Draymond. That's why I said, you give LeBron a shooter like that, man, he'd have 8 rings. They both would be up.
That's a fact. I think that my issue with this playoff series is the fact that the Lakers is just coming into this, basically limping into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true.
They played really well this year. You know what I'm saying? As a team, I mean, they was fighting for the 3rd seed with Denver until Luka and Austin Reeves went out. But someone said that if Kevin Durant loses to LeBron, I think it was Kendrick Perkins that said it, that if Kevin Durant loses to LeBron, right, like at this stage of LeBron's career, we have to start questioning Kevin Durant's legacy. And what really pisses me off is those type of conversations, because who the fuck is you to even make that narrative about someone else's legacy and shit? Like that's not a sports conversation, in my opinion. That's clickbait. That's a hot take. Mm-hmm. Because what are you questioning about his legacy? If you like, if the Houston Rockets lose this series, what are you questioning about Kevin Durant's legacy at this point in his career? What are you questioning about LeBron's legacy at this point in his career if he loses this series? Nothing, right?
Right.
And he's still top 5, top 3 fucking small power forward in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like if Kevin Durant, year 17, 18?
Yeah.
Some shit like that. Like, bro, leave that man the fuck alone. Like, let's just enjoy the fact that this nigga is still Kevin Durant at year 17, 18 and shit. Nigga, like,
and why are 2 guys who was drafted before 2010 still like some of the best players in the league? Like the NBA, the talent pool has to, honestly, in some ways, the boys from overseas is saving it, because the guys here, they can't do nothing with LeBron or KD. That's a fact.
That's a fact. They look, Steph is starting to get in that conversation too. Y'all can't do nothing with that nigga either. You know what I'm saying? Them old niggas is killing y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he had another one who drafted before 2010. It's kind of like y'all can't do nothing with these guys. It's so crazy. It's like we've seen guys come and go. I heard my Shepard interview said, "Yo, I was like an unranked player. I went to LeBron James camp, came to the league, did everything, and retired. He's still playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, different. Like, you know, some peak guys are just different. It's like we don't have enough different guys in today's era. Ain't none of y'all different. Y'all all the same. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Y'all need to step your games up, because the rest of the world is catching up. And all you guys want to do is shoot threes and dunk.
Word.
Y'all play like a lot of people's 2K created point guards.
I've been saying that shit for years. Y'all niggas play like 2K players and shit. Y'all done brought 2K to real life and shit. Y'all thinking that shit cool.
Yeah,
y'all play defense when y'all want to, and y'all shoot threes or dunk. There's nothing in between. Shit, I ain't got no game.
The fact when y'all even discuss things like who got a good bag, like it's hard to tell who got a bag, because y'all bags are all very limited. Y'all all do the same thing. The fact that y'all eliminated the mid range, that's something that's
crazy. That's eliminating like 75% of your back.
Yeah, you got to be. Like, I mean, how far back from the 3-point line are you shooting?
In fact,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole big part of the court inside of the three that it has to be utilized. You know what I mean? So the fact that they try to take the mid-range game out and it's like everything is threes because they would rather take the long three because of analytics and all that. But honestly, it don't make sense because everybody unfortunately can't work and hit the three like that.
Right.
So
but I think that's one of the reasons why, like the three older guys that we mentioned earlier, KD, Bron, and Steph, actually are still really efficient because they mastered the mid-range area so well.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That they can literally all three levels they can score efficiently at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's harder to stop a guy if you don't know where he's going.
right.
And yeah, we always talk
KD
about
dribble pull up is lethal to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We always say
pull up.
Get to your spots, but if you have limited spots, you're easy to stop. No, you need that mid-range back.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a spot.
You need that mid post, low post. You need all that type shit. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, you're a harder person to stop, and he opens it up actually for your other role players. Because every time you get the ball, you can shoot the three, but I need to be a problem in the mirror. I need to be a problem in the post. Like it has to be a lot of attention on you. And I think sometimes with these guys, they settle for like weak shots, like how we talked about Powell. That settling for weak shots, it'll lose you the game.
That's a fact. But so I definitely got Houston winning this series just based off the fact that goddamn Lakers is so injured. So if the Lakers do somehow come out and win this series though, and they give Lucas some time to get back, and AR, like, you know what I'm saying, those two guys some time to get back and get healthy, I can see those guys also, you know what I'm saying. Well, honestly, no, I can't, because I feel like it's too late for people like Luka. That's a hamstring injury. You can't just play yourself back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually wait till that bitch heal. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait till that bitch heal. I think AR got like a shoulder injury, so like you can't I think it's an abdominal injury or some shit like that. So it's like y'all injuries is actually interrupting the way I have to play the game and shit. Luka, you already slow to begin with, so having a hamstring and shit is definitely ain't gonna make you no faster and shit. So I definitely think that there is up for them regardless if they find a way to squeak out this first round, even with Luka and AR being back and shit. On the East, we have the Sixers and the Celtics and shit. The funny thing about that matchup is, I think if the Celtics don't come to play with their two stars, the Sixers could definitely steal that shit.
Yeah,
the Sixers could definitely steal that shit. Hold on, because I hear my guy baby in the background. Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with this shit. It is what it is. Let my baby do her thing. But when it comes to the goddamn the Sixers and the Celtics, like I said, I think if Tatum and Brown don't come to play, the Sixers could definitely steal this series. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people initially think when it comes to those teams. Especially if the Sixers play defense the way they've been playing defense the second half of the season, especially coming into the playoffs with this play-in games that they had. We got who else is in the East that I really care? Oh yeah, Atlanta and the Knicks is going to be another good series in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Atlanta for just being like, yo, we're going to move off of Trae Young and still be a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those guys for actually building the squad for these young fellas and shit to really flourish out there and do their thing. What seed is the Knicks and shit? Hold on.
But just also to show, man, this is exactly what we're talking about. Can't be a one-trick pony, man. And your game being like
this. That's a fact.
They were supposedly the star of the team, and then until they realize, you know what, he really isn't. Right. And it's like, maybe I'll be honest, Trae Young is a little overrated. We've given him some time. He's overrated.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah, it's just this team is
I hate to say it like this because I hope my nephew watching, and if you is, nigga, you're gonna be mad at me for this. But I think LaMelo Ball is falling right into that same, you know what I'm saying, category as Trae Young and shit, falling right into that joint.
I'm gonna say LaMelo Ball is actually way better than Trae Young. I think he's way better, actually.
I don't. I think their numbers look really
he's
similar, especially when it comes to turnovers and assists and all that shit. Like, I
okay.
think the numbers look really similar for real. Like, they both turn the ball over at a high clip. Both of them have high assist rates. You know what I'm saying? Both of them take a lot of shots and score a lot of points.
I think one of them is a little bit more athletic. I think the other one of them
Yeah.
also
One
is a
is
little bit
six
more,
three
a little
or
bit
6'2". The other one is
right.
6'7". You know what I'm
Yeah, so
saying?
one of them is a little bit more active on the boards. One of
Yeah.
them, I think at least either one of them are defensive stoppers.
Now they
But if
both
I had to
yeah,
pick one, I had to pick one to make a shot harder than the other one just off of
just for the
sheer
size
build.
alone. Yeah, right. Yeah, no
So,
Diddy.
right, yeah. So off one, I feel like I can really say one is really better than the other.
No, I get what you're saying.
You
I get
know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I think you're
You
gonna fall
can't
into
be
that same
you can't be
type of category. Like
undersized.
you're gonna be extremely inefficient, and you're gonna be, kind of like how people looked at Russ early in his career. All the numbers look good until you look at, what I'm saying, you look deeper into it and shit, and it's like, oh, this nigga lead the league in turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Or top 3 in turnovers and shit.
But Russ
So,
don't play. But Russ don't mind playing defense. That's what I will say about Russ.
I'm talking about like strictly on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
When it
okay.
comes to how those guys mirror each other and shit. I think that like when it comes to LaMelo and Trae Young, they actually got more in common than they do with each other than they do with Russ, because of the fact that they don't play defense. They don't bring that intensity every night and shit like that. Like,
Right.
we was just talking about Russ, and I know we ran off real quick, but we was just got to give him his flowers because of the fact that we never felt like Russ cheated the game at all. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about him as a player, you know that he's going out there, he's giving 150% every fucking night. On a random Tuesday in November to fucking the 7th game of the finals, this man is going to be out there giving his all. So definitely shout out to Brody and respect him for that, for real. Just had to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you and me have talked. I've been critical on certain things about his game. Because I treat everybody, but you have to acknowledge certain things about his game, man, and what he does on the court for years now. Like that is admirable. He's definitely a Hall of Famer overall.
Without a doubt. So. Without a doubt, yeah. But the Knicks is a 3rd seed and the Hawks is a 6th seed. Shout out to those two teams. This is another matchup between those. Is like kind of like a modern day rivalry that they've been having going on between the Knicks and the Hawks and shit. That's one thing that Trae Young played a big part in, as being that villain for the Knicks for you know what I'm saying, for these last couple of years, for real. But it's still Atlanta versus the Knicks. Who you got in this series, bro? Do you got the Knicks or do you got Atlanta?
All right, so all right, man. My New York Knicks fans, Knicks tape. We got listen, man. It always usually comes down to what Knicks are we getting here, right? It's always the consistency with the Knicks as a whole, not any individual players, right? Because we understand like certain people, Jalen Brunson, Cat, they're gonna do what they do, and I ain't for all the Cat stand. All right, we gotta chill with the Cat.
Nah, Cat, one of the best players in the NBA, man.
For the last decade, Cat been out here consistently giving y'all 20 and 10. So
facts.
I mean,
so
listen, y'all can say I know he's
you call him soft. I don't know.
He said he's giving somebody 20 and 10. So everybody, he ain't soft to everybody.
That's averaging 20 and 10
with good percentages. So it's not like he just taking these shots here. Like he ain't soft to all y'all. He giving y'all efficient. The fact that he's soft and he giving y'all buckets, it should tell us how soft some of y'all are.
It say more about Paul than it is about him.
It does about him, because he out here for a decade in the NBA, the toughest league there is, giving y'all 20 and 10.
While being sassy doing it and shit.
Yeah, he's a Jersey guy. He's from Jersey, so I had to, you
you got to show some love for it.
All that,
Even though he claimed that he's from Dominican during the Olympics.
Whatever. Yes, and that's why we're going with Atlanta, right? Because I just think Atlanta is a better. I said all that. I'm gonna lean towards Atlanta, bro. I mean, if I just had I'm a big fan of Jalen. What's his name? Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Him, Dyson Daniels. I just like those two-way guys. Athletic, get up and down the court. The thing about defense. Yes, it is skill. There is things with like certain measurements, like as far as arm. It really just comes down to the sheer fact of wanting it, wanting to make stops, doing it. And those guys, I feel like they if in playoff basketball again, Everybody here is good. Like we've cut out the rest of the teams. These
Right.
are the best teams. So I think that is something. Is like, how bad do you want it? And I think when it comes to winning, no matter how good Golden State in the past was with shooting threes and all that, they were
Right.
always a really solid defensive team. How
Right.
bad do you really want it? And I just don't see New York defensively stopping anyone.
Nah, I can agree with that.
I think they're going to score. They're going to score points. They're going to hit the glass hard. But when it's time to make stops on like certain players, like I wouldn't be surprised if certain possessions they might make a stop on Brunson. They may find a way to kind of agitate Cat. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's the common denominator right there. I think Cat is going to be a big factor in this series. I don't think there's anybody on Atlanta that matches up with him for real. So I think they got players that you can, send at Brunson and kind of frustrate him. But I think Cat is definitely going to be the guy that if I'm New York, I'm going through him this series because I feel like in the NBA, another thing that doesn't happen is coaching adjustments doesn't happen as often as it used to. So whereas they're like, all right, this series we might not be able to play through Jalen Brunson, we have to play through Cat. You know what I'm saying, or vice versa. So,
can I ask you a question? Sorry not to cut you off, but what is your thoughts about Mike Brown first year with the Knicks?
I think that is solid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the third seed, you know what I'm saying? The East, he got 53 wins, 29 losses. Like, there's nothing to sneeze at. I think this is just what Mike Brown do. I think, especially when it comes to teams in the East, he going to, you know what I'm saying, he going to average, you know what I'm saying, a playoff team when he's the head coach. I never looked at him as anybody. He's, if anything, and I hate to say like this, but he's like a black version of Tom Thibodeau. Like, it's like you're going to need another coach to get you over that hump. You know what I'm saying? He's not that coach that's going to get you over that hump, in my opinion. Tom Thibodeau had them boys in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, right? Or the year before last, one of them 2 years and shit.
Right.
But I think that's the hump that you're trying to get over. I don't think Mike Brown is the coach for that. I think that he's going to, if anything, that his ceiling is the same place that y'all just left off at, which is the conference finals.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my thing is like it's still kind of hard to tell for me because of the same thing you just said. Historic, like he's going through the hit. Like Mike Brown, he's always been like if this was a line between the bad coaches and the good coaches, he is literally always on the side of the good coaches. He may be the guy at the gate.
At the very end of the line, shit, right?
He the guy who opens the gate to let the other good coaches in. Like keep the bad ones out. Right. He's always going to be, no matter where he's at, he's always been a good coach. I mean, he's made final appearances both as because he went to the finals with LeBron the first go round, didn't he?
He did.
I mean, he as an assistant, I think he's won championships with Golden State, right?
Golden State, yes.
No,
I want to say he won with San Antonio also, didn't he? Wasn't he an assistant over there in San Antonio?
I know he was in Sacramento. He made good some.
Well, I know he won to Golden State. He definitely won to Golden State.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
He had some solid runs with Sacramento as of recently with the Kings. So he's always been everywhere he's going. He's been a contributor, at least from
playoff teams. Yeah.
It's just like he's never just blown me away. I mean, at the time, obviously you had LeBron. I mean, so LeBron's gonna make everything look better, right?
Of course.
So he's just never, I guess, like blown me away. And because they were already a playoff team before he got there, with the start,
I don't think that he is that much different than last year. I think last year they might have been 3rd or 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? Last year and shit like that. So it's not that much difference as team wise than last year. Like I said, I think their ceiling is exactly where it was at last year, which is the Eastern Conference Finals. If you make it there, that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's as far as you go. I don't think that hiring him as the coach put them over that hump as you know what I'm saying, true championship contenders and shit. I just still look at them as the same Knicks as they was last year. Shit. Y'all gonna be a feisty team that people love to see play because it's a New York team and people love to see New York teams, you know what I'm saying, play and shit like that. And it's in the Garden and shit like that. So all that shit is dope. But y'all still losing in you know what I'm saying, semi-conference or the conference and shit. Like, so but I think I got them in this series, honestly. I got them in this series against Atlanta. I see them getting past Atlanta. I think they got more talent on their team. I think they'll put that shit together. And one thing that we do have to give Mike Brown credit for, and I know we haven't seen it this year much with this New York team, but he does hang his hat on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I think that some shit might be turning around. They just don't have no like those true guys defensively. Like Cat is not a guy that actually want to play defense. Of course, these guys all can play defense. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we said earlier. Do they want to play defense? You know what I'm saying? Like night in, night out. When a dude on the other side is giving you buckets, are you still gonna lock in? And you know what I'm saying, and try to stop him?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going, or is that shit gonna get to you and shit? So, I think that he had developed plans to make sure that they stop the players that they need to stop on Atlanta team, and he'll get them past Atlanta in the first round. And it's all about what happens from here on out, though. But I definitely got New York in the first round against Atlanta.
Okay.
And shit.
All
But
right,
yeah. So y'all make sure y'all tune into the NBA finals later on today. I mean NBA playoffs later on today. Starting at I think 1 p.m. today. I think the last game is going to be like 10:30 tonight. I think that's the Lakers and the Rockets.
Rockets.
Game. Yeah. So
let us know who y'all got, man. Who y'all take?
Yeah, please let me know because I'm going to be watching WrestleMania tonight, so I ain't going to be able to watch a lot of these games.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, you know what I'm saying? Did you see my boy Jay Uso on It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mace this past week?
Man, I did, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me say this. Yeah, I'm proud of Cam, man. Listen, Cam in. My boy, so he all the way in, bro.
Dedicated, boy.
I mean, this guy from the Diplomat, like, he ain't even rapping no more. My man out here doing performative.
I'm telling you, dedicated to
he out here doing
WWE.
WWE. I see him jumping off the top rope one of these days, man. One of these days, he gonna jump off the top rope. I see where he's going with this.
So for those who don't know, WWE superstar Jay Uso was on the It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Maze this past week during WrestleMania week. WrestleMania night 1 is tonight, night 2 is tomorrow. Also for all my wrestling fans,
we don't watch Saturday night WrestleManias.
So that's basically Cam was throwing shots at Jay the entire interview. In the wrestling world, this is what we call a work, ladies and gentlemen. This is meaning that these guys are working together. This is not real life. Say shit, you know what I'm saying? These guys working together to sell a storyline, if you will. Cam is throwing shots at Jay the whole time, and you see it on Jay's face that he ain't feeling shit that Cam is saying. And the mediator, I don't know who shorty name was, but it wasn't Stat this time, so I don't know who that was.
It was Trish.
Okay.
Trish. Yeah.
She asked Jay, "Oh, well, you Cameron is one of your favorite all-time rappers, right?" He was like, "Yeah, but I put Jim Jones number 1 above all of them. You know what I'm saying? Above all of them." And Cam didn't really like that, so Cam was like, "Yo, anybody really tried you in public type shit?" And I guess Jay, being Uso, being a Samoan, he understand what that means. You know what I'm saying? So he basically got up and yanked Cam out of his seat over the desk on some wrestling shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we ever saw Cam ever get moved like this in real life. You know what I'm saying? I think he had stunt doubles in the movies when he do shit like that. But in real life, Cam was actually what we, like I said, in the wrestling community, we call working. You know what I'm saying? He actually sold Jay grabbing him over the desk. He sold the punch that Jay threw.
Whenever somebody get pulled over that's chest first, it ain't.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. It's just a weird. Bro, first of all, Cam like 6'2". Cam ain't no little nigga, bro.
Just like 6 foot, like at least like 6'1". Yeah,
right. Sure. So like this nigga getting pulled over the crazy work, bro, for real. But Cam said that he's showing up to WrestleMania Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? So Jay Uso does have a 6-man tag match with his brother Jimmy Uso in LA Knight versus Logan Paul. I know a lot of people is weird to hear his name in in wrestling, but yeah, he's a beast for real. But Logan Paul, I Show Speed, and motherfucking Austin Theory and shit. So that will be actually on ESPN2, so a lot of people can watch that without actually having to, you know what I'm saying, pay for WrestleMania and shit. But yeah, man. So you guys make sure your boy, I'll probably live streaming on Discord WrestleMania tonight and shit. So y'all guys come through on the Smoking Buzz Discord, fuck with your boy, you feel me? But we had to mention that because it was a hip hop podcast and I'm a huge wrestling fan. And Cam is committed. Did you see Cam with the ice pack inside the hat afterwards, though? You know what I'm saying? Because the show must go on. He's a true professional. You know what I'm saying? He got his ass whooped on camera and was like, we got to continue to keep you know what I'm saying? He's a constant professional. You got to give Cam the respect where, you know what I'm saying, where it deserved that and shit. Like
he said, motherfuckers get their ass beat every day, B.
You be all right. You tough, right?
You be all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thanks. But my boy, you know what I'm saying? My boys definitely went through, went all out. Shout out to Cam, you know what I'm saying, for doing it. Like you said, he's no longer, at this point, you no longer a rapper, bro. You definitely in your second, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Lifestyle and shit. When it comes, you on that road, you on that road that Snoop Dogg was on, when you just doing side missions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, you just doing side missions. Right. You just gonna start popping up,
and I'm here for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely here for it. Shout out to you guys for doing that. Like I said, as a wrestling fan, my entire life and shit is dope to see. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Because at one point in time, you was a wrestling fan. If you're not now, you was at one point. I'm talking to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see things that I love intertwined. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be getting dragged over the desk.
Nah,
like, hit the weight. I hit that weight room.
You gotta hit the weight room, bro. The boys, look, right there, y'all believe it or not,
make sure it's real. Upper and lower body, unlike certain people. You know what I mean?
I know Jay said that Jimmy is his favorite. I'm pretty sure that when it comes to leg workout, he ain't asking Jimmy for no advice. You know what I'm saying? He might go to him for some upper body shit, but he ain't asking for no advice when it comes to leg day and shit like that. For real, because Jimmy boy, and I promise you I'm gonna put a picture, because Jimmy boy, them legs, no Diddy is shit. Like, you can't be out here with the Stretch Armstrong up top and shit with the you know what I'm saying? You know the Stretch Armstrong toy when it was all built up top and shit, you know what I'm saying, with the skinny legs. You can't be out here. You can't be out here looking like that, Jimmy. And shit. But shout out to Jay. Shout out to all the wrestlers that was out there doing the podcast runs this past week. I saw a lot of those guys on Nightcap with Shannon and Ocho and shit. So it's dope to see, like I said, because some, you know, wrestling always been looking like at a like a circus, like a carny type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the unspoken thing, like you don't talk about that in public type shit. So it's good to see, you know what I'm saying, them in places that, you know, a lot of people watch and shit like that. So shout out to those guys. But bro, the NFL draft is a week away.
Yeah, week away, brother.
Week away, bro. Like, and things are heating up. We hearing news about
Friday
people
night
falling, rising, teams thinking about moving up or down the board. Dallas Cowboys is linked to Sonny Styles, somebody that I've been wanting them to be able to get. You said something earlier, bro.
They're taking Mansoon Delane, bro.
I ain't mad at that either.
I'm not. No, Mansoon might actually go to the Chiefs. Y'all gonna take Gerald McCoy?
I ain't mad at that either. I would love to have Sonny Styles if he's available at 12. I would love to have any of the other two DBs that you just named. That, you know what I'm saying? If they available at 12.
The draft been stressing me the hell out, bro. Man, they've been stressing me that obviously.
We should have did a reaction video yesterday.
I'm a big Rams fan, and they are stressing me the hell out. I don't
know
what
came yesterday for detail. Shout out to Bro coming through for a detail.
Yeah, man, go check my guy Preem out on the detail. No, the man's a professional.
Got to bring the name showroom Preem back out for that one. You know what I'm saying? But we was watching the goddamn Rams fans basically react to their picks or talk about their picks, which was O'Shea Jackson and Destin Tucker. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, Craig and Smokey's sons, respectively, from the movie Friday and shit. They did like a Friday parody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I said Thursday. We should have did a reaction video to that shit. Called Thursday, about their picks. And they had some of the Rams players, and it was actually pretty dope, you know what I'm saying, to see. But I feel like that's the anxiety and excitement that they showed throughout that you know what I'm saying, little parody that they did is really what you actually been showing me, you know what I'm saying, last 3-4 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Even said like since you know what I'm saying, since April got here, basically like, bro, I'm excited for the draft. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for the draft. I'm nervous for the draft. I don't know what we're gonna do, but here's what I think we're gonna do. We better do this. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, I'm convinced there's only one pick to get, man. At this point, man, we were so close last year. Man, listen, it's gonna be good though.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Mm.
I just think that some of the teams that you know what I'm saying got blatant holes to feel like you guys don't have a blatant hole. You know what I'm saying? It's not like certain
No.
like it's not something that you like, oh, like we have to feel that because the fact that y'all got Trent McDuffie, you don't really have to focus on the DB position. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course you can, but you don't have to and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you really got the pick of the litter with that. And I don't think that you guys really had that in a while. You know what I'm saying? To really pick of the litter with a first round pick. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
This is a
so
luxury on top of
yeah,
I mean us being to the NFC Championship game, so
right
we get to
after the
have our
Dallas
pick.
Cowboy at 12, you got the
Yeah,
Los Angeles Rams at
courtesy of
13.
the good people with the Atlanta Falcons.
No doubt,
Appreciate y'all.
no doubt, no doubt. The Rams
Appreciate
actually had
y'all.
two first round picks this year, but in the great words of Les Snead, fuck those picks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
Because
only
you
need
knew,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
we got an all pro with one of those picks. So that's like
yeah.
that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. Um, there's been noise that you guys might actually try to make a trade during the draft for Miles Garrett, and if that happens, I'm going to be pissed because of course the Rams would do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course they would do that shit and pull it off, and then you know what I'm saying that'd be the nigga that they need to get back to the Super Bowl after being in the NFC Championship game this past year. This shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I just hopefully that like I'm actually just hoping y'all guys just go ahead and pick whoever the fuck y'all gonna pick and keep it
Yeah,
moving.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
want to say
saying?
well, I
Like,
don't want to put it out. I don't know who watches.
I
It might be an
understand.
Arizona Cardinal fan or a Niner fan or somebody on here.
But nah,
So
shit. If you put it out there because a lot of people probably won't even believe that's who the Rams like. That's who the Rams. Look, I like being a nigga that's right. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna say some shit, if I feel like Dallas might actually go get Sonny Styles if he's available rather than any of the DBs or even if
I keep
Ruben
hearing
Bain
that.
is available. You know what I'm
Talking about
saying?
real quick. My bad to cut you off. Because we've had this conversation a lot of times. You keep and even you just did it right here, mentioning Sonny Styles. Man, it seems like you're leaning towards the linebacker from Ohio State, man.
Well, that's
What?
who the guy I've been wanting from the jump and shit. Ever since I started looking at it was Ruben Bain first, and I started looking at more people, and I was like, oh no, I actually like Sonny Styles.
Because
You know what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
people are saying Sonny Styles is going top 5 though, considering you guys. I'm sorry, you guys are picking 12th.
And you
So
said something the other day that I believe that every GM and owner is also considering. That if you draft him in the top 5, he automatically becomes top 5 paid linebacker in the league
yeah,
as a
just
rookie.
about yeah.
Um, I think that they would allow him to drop for that reason alone. You know what I'm saying? And based off the other teams that's in the 6, 7, 8, 9, you know what I'm saying, 11 positions, they all need offense, basically, or they need pass rushers. They don't need that guy in the middle of the defense. We do. So if he's there, you know what I'm saying? If he's there and available at 12, you better go grab him. You
All right,
better
so
go
let me.
grab him.
So what this draft is deep. This draft is deep with middle linebackers, though. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but why not grab the best one if he's available? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay.
Only because like
So
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a far fetched. Like he probably get grabbed up before 12. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But I'm saying if he's available at 12, you get him. Like
Okay,
there's like
look,
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
Like
mad at
get
12.
him.
And again, me personally, so look, that I'm saying is, I think guys like Arvell Reese is a good. A lot of times people have him
Yeah, I
kind
watched
of
out.
going
Yeah.
second, third. Me personally, I think he should go maybe 10 earliest.
Right.
Only reason, because my question is, when I talk, I would like to like talk to a lot of like anybody like in those NFL like draft rooms. Like, where did y'all really have him before the combine? Because see,
Right.
what happens is sometimes like the combine blows things out of. It's
Proportion. Yeah.
like yeah, he jumps high, he runs fast, he's strong, and
Right.
it's like, oh yeah, take him super early. I mean, was he like? I mean, I can understand if a guy's already good on film, and then he
Right.
has a good combine. But my thing is with him is, I guess, because like, what position are y'all looking to play him at? I feel like in the NFL, when you're drafting a guy and you don't have a position for him set, it usually never works out well,
Right. No
right?
doubt.
Now if a guy gets in and he gets to the league and he becomes like a Swiss Army knife, you can move him around. Okay, I feel comfortable with him at corner,
Right.
slot, playing in the box.
Yeah.
Guys like a Tyrod Matthews, remember him?
Right. Yeah. Hell
Able
yeah.
to use him over, but it was like when he got here. But I
Right.
feel like guys, when you draft them and thinking like
With
I
that
can just
thought
move
process,
him,
yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think Isaiah Simmons, who we
Right.
still
Okay.
don't,
Yeah.
I think kind
Right.
of I think about the direction that Travis Hunter's going in because until we find out where he's at and where you want him to be great at or good at, he's going to be horrible at everything.
Yeah, you're
And,
gonna be
and
inconsistent
it's a
pretty much
lot of,
everywhere else. Yeah,
and he played like that. I guess a good part through high school, a good part through college, and now you want to play him in the NFL like that. I
right,
don't know. I think
right.
they should just play him at one position and find packages for him, and it should be the end of conversation. I don't know why we're even having a
I
conversation
ain't
still
mad.
about
I,
him
I ain't
playing
mad at
on
that at
both
all.
sides of the ball.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And
Like I mean, that's exactly like you said. Like if he had DB, put him at DB and just it had some little packages for him on. You know what I'm saying on offense. Other
I
than
think
that,
that's
like
the best thing. Yeah,
chill out. Just other
yeah.
than that, just chill out.
So with Arvell Reese, to me, it's like I get it, and I think people are starting to come around saying the Jets probably should just because the Jets have so many holes. They don't need to knock it out of the park. You guys just need good players.
Yeah, right.
So if you need somebody to get after the quarterback, go get the best guy you can get after the quarterback. That's David
Right.
Bailey. You don't need somebody. You don't need a 3-1 right now. You know what I mean? Like go
Right.
get
Yeah.
cornerstone, get some good pieces. That's what those top 3 type of picks are. Either it's your quarterback, it's going to be an offensive lineman, somebody to protect the quarterback themselves, or somebody can go get the quarterback.
That's a fact.
Don't go get the guy you think he's just a crazy freak athlete. He has crazy measurables, because that at the NFL level, I mean that's a lot of people. So I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. Y'all should waste a lot of time. And again, I'm just I think he's more of a stand up linebacker. I don't really think he's like an edge rusher. Like using. I
Are
don't
we
think
talking
that's
David Bailey or are we talking Reese?
Arvell Reese.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
I
I
don't
agree with
think.
you. I was thinking that same thing. I was about to say that when I saw his
Yeah,
tape. I think he's more of a stand-up guy for real.
yeah,
Like, and if anything, like, cause he can pass rush, but I don't see like I don't look. When I look at people and I don't see like no big flashes, I'm like, it's like he's solid. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing crazy. Like it's solid. Like when
yeah.
we was watching some film yesterday and we saw like we was watching the difference between the DB from Tennessee. What's his name?
Gerard McCoy,
Yeah, and then
Mansoon Delane from
Mansoon,
LSU.
yeah, from LSU. And it's like they both solid, but you could see that like the explosiveness from the other one being the playmaker that he is on the defensive side of the ball. You could just see
Mm-hmm.
what McCoy give you differently than what Delane was giving you and shit. And they're both solid players, you know what I'm saying?
Equally
Both,
good. It's just
right.
one, like you said, one is more. I think again, like you just said, McCoy as far as the ball skills, making
Just an explosive
turnovers, those
playmaker.
type of
Yeah.
play.
Uh-huh.
Like he's probably a little better. Where Delane is more, he's going to try to shut and take away yet that option.
Yeah.
I think he's really good tackler. You know what I mean? Yeah, he'll launch himself once in a while, but he's wrap up. He's in the box. He makes
Yeah,
those
he's physical
tackles
as
at the
hell.
line of
Yeah,
scrimmage.
facts. Yeah.
Yeah, and McCoy
Physical
does
as
some of the
hell.
same things. I do think sometimes maybe he needs to wrap up a little more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I said, equally, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. How they develop and flourish once they get to the league, that's going to really be up to them. And hopefully, the team's just putting them in the best positions. But those guys just working on their craft and getting
yeah.
better. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I just had to ask you that because I know you said Sonny Styles, and I know you kind of maybe favoring him.
I definitely like bro from what I saw for real. Especially because I love DeMarion Overshawn, but he just not healthy. He just can't stay healthy. So it's like, we got to get some playmakers on defense. We need to fill we need a pass rusher, we need a middle linebacker, and we need DBs. So it's like wherever we go on that, like if we go one of those three, I'm not complaining either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining either way. Especially when it comes to 12. At 20, I'm like 100% sure that we either taking a DB or a receiver for some reason because Dallas is weird like that.
Avion Terrell corner.
Yeah, and that's AJ Terrell, younger brother and shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also excited for the draft. If Jay don't, if me and Jay is not in person, we're probably on here fucking around, just watching the draft. You know what I'm saying? Watching the draft, reacting to the draft. So you guys make sure y'all come through and fuck with us. We'll be live everywhere else, but we'll definitely be live on Discord also during that day. Where I'll actually stream it so you can see the goddamn draft and hear our commentary on it also and shit. So that'd be a dope experience for us to do it, bro. I want to talk about some other shit too, like to get off the sports shit a little bit for real, man.
All right, what's up?
Some shit like I just been looking at what's been going on in the news lately. I'm not when I say news, I'm talking about like Black Twitter and shit. Goddamn, I didn't know that Steven Jackson and Noriega was beefing and shit. I didn't know that Nori and some of y'all from the podcast host of Drink Champs and the podcast host of all the smoke podcasts and shit are beefing, and I didn't know. Like you knew about it, you know what I'm saying? Apparently before I did this shit. But I
Mm-hmm.
was watching a clip that Jason Lee had shared from his show with Nori, and Nori was speaking on issues that he had with Steven Jackson. Well, until I didn't know it was Steven Jackson until they said what they said, but he was talking about having Matt Barnes on Drink Champs as one of the first guests that he had and shit, and it led into the Steven Jackson conversation. Steven Jackson replied, and look, my whole man, the reason why I even bring this shit up is Steven Jackson, you got too much gray in your beard to be acting like a YN. Now you got way too much gray in your beard to be out here playing with people and not knowing who you playing with for one. You know what I'm saying? All in all, us '90s, early 2000 babies know Noriega and where he come from, what he like, how he, the people just know. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, go do your research. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Noriega and who he was before he became a podcaster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go ahead and y'all check out, bro. Shout out to him for actually being really cool about it and shit. But he said something in the Jason Lee joint that I really liked. He said if I knew me like I knew me, I wouldn't want to, you know what I'm saying, bother me for real. I would leave me alone. And I think that Stacks showing that internet gangster vibes that he liked to show all the time and shit, that he picked the wrong and the right one when it comes to that, because Nori is a nigga that would love to make content out of anything and shit. So it's not like he's gonna shy away from this situation. I think that it's not a major situation. It's not like they're gonna come to blows or nothing, but it's podcast beef as usual. And a lot of the times, those guys over at All in Smoke, All Up in Smoke, whatever the fuck it's called, are at the middle of these podcast beefs, bro. I come to think about it, you know what I'm saying? Every time something pop off, they got something to say about some other podcast and what they doing or how shit is popping off over there and shit. The Stacks, one thing that I don't like is when you try to use the gangster card and you not a gangster, bro. Like, stop that shit. Stop that shit. You too you like 57, bro. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You don't even live that life. You live in, like, you know what I'm saying, Baldwin Hills or some shit. Y'all gotta chill with this shit. Because y'all keep wanting to try to set precedents like this. And then, like, not because, bro, think about it. These niggas love doing the whole pro-black shit, right? They
Mm-hmm.
love, oh, we gotta be, you know what I'm saying, looking out for each other. We gotta respect each other. You gotta do this, that, and the third. And then the moment you got an issue with a nigga, you turn into a whole gangster.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. Um.
But I'm pretty sure you don't do that with Tommy and them, though. I'm pretty sure you don't do that with William and all them white people that you do business with. I'm pretty sure you don't react the same way you react to them black people that you want to protect, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think that shit's so corny when y'all niggas do that shit, bro. Cause y'all be the first niggas, oh, we black, we can't be out here arguing. Like, that's what they want us to do. So why you keep doing? You keep having to make that same apology every other week because you out here arguing with another black man over some foolishness.
Yeah.
Because you jealous of their platform. That's what, in my opinion, that's where it all comes down, boiled down. So you jealous of their platform. You jealous of Shannon and Ocho's success. You're jealous of Nori and EFN success. You're jealous of whoever else that's not Matt Barnes or Stacks. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me, for real. And I think that's corny.
Yeah. I agree with you. So I guess my thing is, what is, if I was to ask, like, what is your real issue with them? Right?
Well, asking who?
No, Stack. Like, what's Stack's
Oh, okay.
issue with Nori though? Because it seems like Nori, like, I don't know who this guy is.
Right.
I don't know what he want. I didn't say nothing about him. So I guess sometimes I feel like when it comes to Matt Barnes, and like, it's like, boy, I'm telling you, like, both y'all find yourself in the
They
middle of
find a way.
things.
That's what I'm saying.
That
They find a way to throw
like,
themselves into
it's,
anything.
right. I don't know if it's maybe that's just their thing. Like, they'll keep ourselves in the mix of what's going on. Like, we're gonna have opinions and theories on other people.
Right.
And hey, man, I guess, but yeah,
I mean, it is a podcast realm. We do, like, you know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
do talk about what's going on in the world and shit like that. But it's
right,
like, to start a issue with someone else that you don't even know, you know what I'm saying, just based off of, regardless of if it was something that was said or it was something that you know what I'm saying, you saw on the podcast. I think that's
yeah,
just stupid, because especially because, like I said, y'all always, like, my thing is this: stand on it. Stop making so many apologies now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do this type of shit, stand on it and don't apologize. Because like niggas like him, Ryan Clark, y'all apologize entirely too much for y'all to have these type of takes and these type, you know what I'm saying, these type of stances that y'all take and shit. Like I'm pretty sure him and Nori gonna come out, you know what I'm saying? We pieced it up, they end up doing each other shows and some shit like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure
some shit like that. But the fact that you even had to get to that, like to this point, you know what I'm saying? Like all you had to really do was just mind your fucking business to begin with. Y'all probably could have still did business to like regardless of shit. Like, so I just think that's weird, yo. Stacks in particular, bro. It's just a weird energy, bro. You too old to be out here doing that. Like you too old to be needing permission to go on O Block. Why you want to go on O Block? Fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Trying to get a spot, man. Trying to get a spot in there. I don't know.
Y'all niggas is weird, bro. Y'all niggas is weird, and then always want to preach that pro black shit when y'all get caught up in some shit.
You want to go check in? You got to go check in with the big homies.
Yeah, right. And them niggas is 20 years your junior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you checking in a nigga that's younger than your son. you checking with a nigga that's in the same grade as your goddamn child and shit. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face, man. For real. Bro, what else we would say we was gonna speak on this shit? I know we that Stacks of shit was something that I just threw out there and shit.
Yeah, but, man. On about the there's a lot of concerts going on.
That's what it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all these fucking lot of concerts, boy. First of all, this might be the year of the concerts. You know what I'm saying? We got the Fall Off tour. We got Jay-Z doing Yankee Stadium. We got the R&B, the Raymond and Brown tour, Usher and Chris Brown. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other tours that I didn't mention. Whenever Drake drop, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a tour coming after that. You know what I'm saying? Coming after that shit. So we got a lot of tours that's going on, especially some major. We got some names like the names that J. Cole, Jay-Z, Usher, and Chris Brown, especially Usher, Chris Brown, and J. Cole, all going to be touring around the same time and shit. So it's like, if y'all want to see those shows, like I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I'm definitely going to the one out here in Philly. He's doing 2 nights in Philly, so I'm going to one of them motherfuckers. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you're gonna have to save some bread up this year, shit, because these tickets, boy. These tickets,
wow.
That and me being, you know what I'm saying, cost efficient, you gotta go to the cheapest concert that you can afford. J. Cole being that guy. Shout out to him making his tickets a little bit more efficient than these other gentlemen, which what we about to talk about right now, because I know you got some thoughts on that and how, like a theory or two on why the prices are the way they are, and you know what I'm saying, and what you think about that and shit. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak on that.
Well, I mean, it's not too crazy, but what I will say is, I think when it comes to at least the Jay-Z thing, I think he got more, less performances in front of him than he does behind. So it's like anytime we get to see Hov, we know how Hov is, like,
no doubt,
it's super exclusivity. You know what I mean? Like it's exclusive. Right. When he comes out and I mean that's I think he does that on purpose, right? He don't just put his music out whenever. If he's doing a show, you see he did, and the initial it was supposed to be a Friday and a Saturday, but he even came. He had the Friday night, the Saturday, but he came out. He's actually added that Sunday.
Okay.
Or is that they call it extra innings? So he put the extra innings day on Sunday.
Word.
So but yeah, so his Hov is like he don't perform very much. Guys like him, Eminem, they don't come out. So when they do those though, because I think he did that before. He did something like that before, like a 2-night thing. Him and Eminem years ago. Right. I don't remember. Like Hov is very big on like just not giving. And so when when he decides to do it, it's a big deal. And I think Hov just kind of adopted that type of thing, right? We see Andre 3000 kind of the same way.
Yeah,
like guys don't really. It's like
I mean, and it
makes people to appreciate. It's like it's almost like I think it helps people appreciate the art. If you don't get it as much, especially when you're somebody who does it at a high level. You know what I mean? So yeah, Hov tickets, they going for a lot. You know what I mean? He don't do a lot of like the shows. He don't really have to.
Mm-hmm.
He makes that very clear. So you get to see Hov at somewhere like Yankee Stadium in New York. Yeah. That thing gonna fill up. So, and because he knows it's gonna fill up regardless, they're gonna hike them prices up because they know that people are still going to buy them.
Right.
It's kind of like 2 shows, 3 shows.
Right. kind
that
of to go
weekend.
back to what to the wrestling thing, like WrestleMania is the same way. Like the prices is what the prices is, motherfuckers gonna pay for it because they want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I disagree. It's a different level. WrestleMania here every year. Hove ain't. Hove on this.
well, yeah, I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
but I'm
like
saying like
that's
the
once a
event
year. That's like the
within
Roots
itself.
picnic. Like the Roots picnic is once a year.
Yeah, but I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
yeah, like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, no, I'm saying because
Yeah.
WrestleMania is not, it's not like you're getting the same thing every year, so it's always
No,
like, you know what I'm
no.
saying, like
But
something special every
when we
single
talk about
year.
right,
You're never gonna
exactly.
experience this shit like next year type shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We're not gonna probably get a Hove Yankee Stadium next year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
No,
whoever I said,
I completely understand. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I completely understand and agree with you.
and he's
But the
not
point I'm
even
making is
giving
like when
a
you at a certain
whole
stature,
tour.
I feel like you could just charge like either you coming or you
Yeah.
not type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or it has to be a big enough show, like you said, the Usher and Chris Brown tickets. Them tickets might be a little up there because those are two guys. Usher and Chris Brown.
generational.
Right,
Yeah.
they're generational, and they don't do a lot together. It took a while just to get a
Especially not
couple
no
records.
fucking tour. Yeah, I'm about to say
Right,
especially not no fucking tour. And they
right,
40 dates, if I'm not mistaken. So they
and they
like they going
all
on tour.
and these are all big stadium tours. This is
yeah,
like
stadium.
these are football arenas. You know what I mean? So these are
Yeah,
football. These are
facts.
the big joints. So and
Facts.
because they know they can sell those type of spaces out, it's not a question whether Usher and Chris Brown together are gonna sell out an arena. It's
And
just
they didn't even
how they
mention
got.
that they're gonna have any opening acts or people. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
because it's the R&B tour, of course, for their last name initials and shit. But I'm pretty sure they will have other R&B artists coming on that tour
Oh
with
yeah,
them
yeah for
and shit
sure.
like that. Like, and not to mention the special rap artists that they're gonna have come out on featured songs and shit like that. So this
Yeah,
is gonna be
that's
one of the best tours of
huge.
our
Yeah,
lifetime, in my
yeah.
opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those tours that we're gonna look back on and say like, yo,
That shit gonna be
like
like a circus. All the moonwalks and backflips,
what?
and they're gonna be
The
coming.
roller skates and all that shit, nigga. What? It's
They
gonna look
gonna.
like Universal Circus out there.
I mean, not the I mean, but they're gonna be doing like the old early '90s wrestling. They're gonna be coming from wires on the roof.
I'm telling you,
Know
it
what
look
I
like
mean?
Shawn
Like,
Michaels out this bitch, boy.
yeah, they're gonna be doing. They're gonna have goddamn 4 monkeys in a little
Shark
midget car,
cages and shit. Yeah, all that
and
shit.
a little people car. They're gonna have all types of wild shit going. Crocodiles,
Usher
all
gonna
that.
be handing out cherries,
Yeah, all types of wild
all
shit.
type of fruits and shit.
Yeah.
Omarion gonna be there with a watermelon. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild, bro. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
But yeah,
All I know is, like I said, as a fan though, this is probably gonna be one of the best tours in the history of music and the history of anything. This is gonna be fun to see. One thing that I wish, bro, that a lot of these other like streaming services would do was take advantage and try to work with some of these artists when it comes to their tours, so they could document this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so like the people that can't make it to the shows can actually see this shit. I mean, you don't have to do it live. Of course, you could do it after the tours or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you want to release it. But I'm saying have it like kind of how Amazon Prime and Kendrick Lamar did the Mr. Morale Big Stepper tour, or you know what I'm saying? How Netflix that did one of their tours with I think Lil Yachty and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just have like or even if you're like as an artist, monetize your shit, bro. Put that shit. Like I subscribe to a goddamn Patreon if we get to see the tour before. I don't need to see all the behind the scenes shit. I just want to see the performances.
Nah, if I'm paying, I need to see all that. I need to see the behind
I
the
don't
scenes.
care for that. I just
like
want to see.
If it was something like Yankee Stadium, that okay, make it a 3-day thing. Every day we're able to get on, you said Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like how they did the Dreamville Fest. You know,
yeah, try to make it like an all-day kind of experience, but just from the house. You tuning in, watching that. You got your folks coming over. We all watch. We at the concert. We just going
right.
The concessions ain't gonna be as expensive. You know what I mean?
Right, no doubt.
So no, I think they should do stuff like that. The only thing is, I think the reality is platforms like Netflix. Sometimes we see now with like the boxing, they do a lot of boxing.
Right, yeah.
Bro, like, I be feeling like that these like those platforms, like when it comes to like the volume of people that are like logging on watching, it starts to do weird stuff. So anytime I feel like it's a lot of people. Like I remember a while ago when like Mike Tyson.
That's why they do it in like a recorded way, like a documentary way, like whereas though like you're recording and then after the tour is over, then you release. You know what I'm saying? The shit. So whereas though you don't have to worry about live streaming that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Because that's like I don't think that like that's what I'm saying. I don't think that you should live stream it anyway, because like things could be going on in the show that you can't predict. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit anyway. So being able to like kind of do it in a documentary style. That's why I even brought up the backstage joint, because that's the first thing that you think about when they doing that documentary joints, like the behind the scenes shit.
Right.
But like I'm saying, you don't even like, because like the way they did the Mr. Morale and Big Stepper joint, they really just started from the moment the show started until the show ended. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I that's what I would like to see when it comes to like a J. Cole fall off tour, or even an R&B tour with Chris Brown and Usher and shit. I just know that those Chris Brown and Usher, $5,000, and you not even in the floor on the floor. Nigga,
what's up, bro? You gotta hit the savings account, man. Put our money together.
Shit. I can go see J. Cole like 10 times for that.
For that price, yo, J. Cole, I'm on the mic with Dreamville. I'm on the stage.
I need to be doing the ad libs on all your songs for that price, bro. For real.
Right, yeah. You gotta let me use the Honda for a week.
No bullshit, bro.
I need the Honda. I need to get on. Like I remember how years ago when LeBron was on stage with Drake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the vibes I need to be on. Yeah, facts.
We performing. I need to be there for routine, the practices, and all that. Like,
facts. I need to be there for rehearsal, everything. I need to know where my spot's at, all that.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like where the spotlight going to be, all that shit. Like,
yeah, I need some
y'all got me chopped.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is not to mention the merch that they're going to be selling. You know what I'm saying? This is not to mention the VIP tickets or the behind the scenes shit, because you know Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying, love to take pictures with his fans and all that shit.
That's where it's really at. Boy, you take a whole of a goddamn Chris and Usher tour, like the merch. That's where it's at. I want to be one of them.
What?
Boy, listen.
Hey, we're gonna have some definitely. I'm working on some fall off theme Stay Fried merch and shit. So we're going because I'm gonna be wearing my own merch for the J. Cole shit, but it's gonna just be in the style of the fall off and shit with the flames and shit like that. So I'm definitely working on that.
I'm gonna be at Yankee Stadium. I'm selling Hove merch.
You selling Hove merch?
Yeah.
You're gonna have.
It ain't coming from Hove, but
right. Yeah, it's gonna be Joe Camel on the shirt. It's gonna say the takeover at the bottom. That's
I gotta sell my merch and get across this bridge.
Where facts. We get up out of here. Shit. Y'all have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be good. Y'all be good. Straight up, like for real. But we're gonna have some fall off merch. We might even make some merch just for all the other tours, just in case y'all might want to say have some Stay Fried shit on while y'all at these concerts and shit. Like we're I find a way to make some Jay-Z merch and shit. I find some way to make an R&B shirt for Chris Brown and Usher and shit. I'm a huge Usher fan too, so just to see my boy still being active, still sounding as good as he did when I was younger and shit is good, man. It's good to see our legends still being, because like when we was growing up, a lot of legends that we, you know what I'm saying, like the people that our family grew up on, they was strung out on cocaine and shit. Like, so it's like we don't have to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of cocaine people like, oh yo, he used to be that guy back in the day, but now, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't see that. Like a lot of these guys are still moguls out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are doing big business, and even if they're doing cocaine, they're not strung out on it. So shout out to those dudes setting a good example for the young niggas coming up and shit.
I don't know if they doing that.
They not like I said, they're not doing cocaine, they're not strung out on it. That's all I'm saying.
No, they're not doing it. Not doing, I thought you said the ones that I thought you meant.
No, not the ones that did cocaine. They ain't setting examples. You know what I'm saying? No, they ain't set the proper examples. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like when we was growing up, the ones that used to be the ones when our parents was younger was strung out on cocaine. You know what I'm saying? When we look back on them and shit.
And what he's saying is like the people that was from that time.
Not like David Ruffin.
Yeah. He ain't saying none of our people, none of our parents. I don't want
not our parents. No, I'm not saying our parents.
Because the way he was at, I said, let me just.
I'm not. Yeah.
He said cocaine and parents.
That, you know
so I was like, I ain't claiming it.
I'm listening. I don't know what my parents did when they was younger, but I'm not putting that on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting that on them and shit. I don't think they did no cocaine when they was younger. I hope they didn't. And if they did, I wasn't here to do shit about it anyway. So don't matter.
Don't put the snow on them.
Nah, we're not gonna put this on. But then again, it's a good high percentage that they did though, because that was just the time that they grew up in. Shit, like, that shit was going around like weed is today. Like everybody, it was normal back then and shit. Like
you were New Jersey Pringle be running around here like Judge Greg Mathis. You did a little coke back in your day, huh?
You can tell some of our parents partied. You know what I'm saying? Some of our parents partied. I'm not going to sit here. Look. Me and Jay in our mid-30s. That means that our parents is old as shit, right? I'm not going to call it their age because I'm not trying to get my ass whipped. Because I know I'm still somebody's child, right? Them niggas party. I don't know if they was doing cocaine, but we know that they partied like a motherfucker back in the day. We know them niggas was out there with the bell bottoms and the taco meat out in the chest with the afros and shit. We know that for a fact. I seen pictures of my daddy when he was younger, nigga. That nigga was out there doing reckless shit. I could just tell from the pictures. I could tell from the pictures. That nigga was reckless as a young nigga. This nigga was light skinned with green eyes. This nigga was reckless. Fuck out of here. This guy weird up here.
He ain't care about too much.
Like, facts.
Whatever and then felt like doing today.
I got mad brothers and sisters too. Come on, bro. Like that nigga Preem. Shout out to Big Preem, bro. Shout out to my nigga Big Preem. For real, you know what I'm saying? Hey, so we was talking lately. You made me think about something. I shout out my pops, right? You made me think about something, bro. We was talking about the Camden Bop, right? And shout out to the fact that Camden is actually getting recognition around the world, across the globe and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the Camden Bop is a huge dance on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas from fucking Germany doing the Camden Bop. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the fact that they're getting some recognition across the world and shit. But we talked about how people were making their favorite lists or people from Camden and shit like that. So I just want to give everybody a fair warning that the Smoking Buds channel, the Wake and Bake podcast, myself and Jay will be developing our list of our top 10 people from Camden and shit like that. And it will be out relatively soon. We might even do it in the way that we did the hip hop list, but we'll reveal the top 5 or the bottom 5 one week, and then the next week we'll reveal the top 5 and shit. So you guys make sure y'all stay locked in, especially if you're from the city. Nothing is personal. This is our list, our opinions and shit. If you feel left out, it's nothing against you. If you feel like somebody is too high, if you feel like somebody's too low, make your own list, like we said about every other list that we made and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I feel like it's about time to start bothering niggas again. And we clearly had some kind of love and hate relationship with you guys when it came to our list. So let's bring that back anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's bring that back. And like I said, it's our list. If you don't like it, go make your own. You feel me? Go make your own this shit. But I'll tell you this though. Big Preem will be on my motherfucking list. Big Preem will be on my goddamn list. Yeah, I mean, not just because he's my pop, and then because, you know what I'm saying, just because the motherfuckers was cold back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was cold. That group was called the Men and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or True for the younger generation. They might, you know what I'm saying, know them niggas. But they had their own goddamn residential stay down lane. So these niggas was known in the city. We gotta show some love to our older pioneers too. Yeah, and I know, but I just want to give a little history lesson on that particular crew. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody else that's doing their thing from the city of Camden. Everybody, for real, yo. No bullshit, no jokes. Like, all jokes aside, shout out to everybody. It's a beautiful thing to see our people really showing up for the city, for real. Like, putting the city on the map in a big way. We got some artists in every way, you know what I'm saying? Rather it be producing, rather it be making movies, script writing, you know what I'm saying, rapping, singing. Is beautiful that we actually got a little movement coming out the city, for real. So shout out to everybody that's making that happen, for real.
Yeah, proud of y'all, yeah, for sure.
No bullshit, straight up, man. This has been a dope ass little podcast, for real. Do we got anything else we got to talk about, bro?
Nah, man. Nah,
ain't got shit we got to talk about. Remember, make sure y'all come back later on tonight. Make sure y'all go over to Discord, follow me on Discord. We're going to be watching WrestleMania Night 1 live on Discord tonight. Make sure y'all come through and holler at your boy. I probably have the NBA games on another TV and shit, because I got to see what's going on with the playoffs also, too. So y'all make sure y'all check it. Jay, you got anything you want to tell the people? You got anything that you got a plan going on? I know Jay might be doing some food reviews coming up, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line and shit.
Yeah. We definitely going to be doing some of those, man, going around, trying new things, different experiences, opening.
Yeah, because he's not just a nigga that like food though. He's like a connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? this nigga just be out here having dates by himself, trying out new foods and experiences. He really about that food life shit.
It's gonna be
for
fun,
real.
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Y'all definitely gotta stay locked in with the network for real. We gonna have so much more content coming to y'all from myself, Jay, and others for real. So y'all stay locked in, man, for real. If you ain't got shit else to say, bro, I'm ready to close this bitch down.
Let's do it, man.
Man, like as always, y'all make sure y'all follow us everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, Discord, Kick. We everywhere, bitch, and it's all Smoking Buzz Network. You ain't gotta think about finding it anywhere else. Smoking Buzz Network. You can find us everywhere. If you type that shit in, all of our links will pop up for real, yo. We appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to all my Sons of Anarchy fans, man. Season 4 is fucking your boy up, yo. We're gonna talk about it later on. For
and all of my people out there need the car detailed, me as well.
Come holler at your boy for real. You know what I'm saying? Showroom Cream for all y'all that know, and if you don't know, come find out. Yo, man, peace and love. And remember to stay fried, my friends. We are gone.
Yes, sir.